Disclaimer, Matt's shirt is tight. Hello everyone and welcome to the internet's best reactions to the Austrian Grand Prix. And I will say right now that it was not an exciting race compared to last time out at Baku, but you couldn't really expect anything more controversial than what happened last time. So right at the start of the race, controversy already happened when Vettel and Ricciardo and a lot of people thought Bottas potentially jumped the start. I want to see in the comment section below what you think. Did he jump the start? Was it legal? Was it an anticipated start, which is also illegal? But either way, there was a lot of controversy on social media. Mercedes come back with when your start is so perfect, people think it's a jump start, and it's a fantastic little Will Smith gif. And it banged pretty hard, so fair play to Mercedes. Again, the F1 teams just joining in on the banter. So this is an interesting tweet coming in from Harambe Gallagher. And his Twitter handle is xHarambeG. And it says, coverage right now. And it says, Sky Lewis HD, your home of Hamilton media and some F1. I'm not going to say whether or not Sky is biased. I am. Okay, yeah. Sky can be quite biased towards Lewis Hamilton. And to be fair, though, when Sky ever go to Hamilton's defence, it's pretty much, oh my God, they're Hamilton fans, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, you know, they have been known in previous seasons to be a little bit biased. But at the same time, any time Sky go to Lewis's defence, it's straight on the Sky Lewis HD. Force India, actually, we have a T-shirt, I think. It says Buck Groper, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
So this is quite relevant. Checo is closing in on Grow. It's Grow Per. Where are thou, Jensen Button? So, Force India, plug in our T-shirt there. If you want that T-shirt, there's a link right there. Alistair put it in. Okay, Alistair's walked off, but put it there. Pablo Elizalde. I think we've had him once before, potentially, in these reaction videos at LEGP. The hills are asleep with the sound of this race. Yeah, pretty much. It was quite a dull race until right at the end, but we'll get onto that. I'm not sure at what point Sean Kelly, which is at Virtual Statman, a man that kind of posts all kinds of statistics about the Formula 1 races, etc. I'm not sure what time he actually posted this tweet, but it says, this is Sauber's 341st race as an independent. They've got 18 laps to avoid passing Minardi as the longest tenured F1 team without a win. That's not the best record to have. Nabila at Just Nabs. So if I take out Vettel in the next race, I can go back to Toro Rosso. Verstappen's luck, what can he actually do? He was just, he had a bad start, let's be real. He did have a very bad start, dropped about 3 places back. But at the same time, going into turn 1, just absolutely punted by Kvyat going into Alonso, going into Verstappen, and you have to feel for the guy that he would have probably got quite a few podiums. Would Ricciardo have 5 podiums in a row? Let us know. Which leads us quite nicely on to Tommy from WTF1 Official, if you didn't know, that's our Twitter, saying Kvyat taking out Verstappen at the Red Bull Ring in front of the Verstappen grandstand. Helmet Marco, bye-bye! Which is very true. I can only imagine where Kvyat will end up now. After being demoted once from Red Bull to Toro Rosso, will he then end up on a bike, which was a very popular little picture. I think it was at Brazil, potentially, when he retired. Where will Kvyat end up? He's a good driver. He just has these moments where he's just a complete pillock. IGP Manager, or at IGP Manager, who's actually run by Justin, Fake Ghost Pirate, if you know him. Bottas right now, wow, I'm going to win this. Vettel right now, wow, that jump starter is going to win this. Ricciardo right now, I wonder if either of them will drink from my shoe. Whether that's actually a thought process going on, I reckon Vettel definitely thought that, because you heard in the sort of cool-down room, Vettel's like, no, you definitely jumped the start. I think Ricciardo was like, yeah, he kind of did as well, because he came over the radio saying it. Bottas just stood there with his water like, get me out of here. Guido van der Garde does enjoy a bit of getting involved in the jokes as well on social media, and he said, at least Max broke my record of retirements in an F1 season, for what it's worth. Poor old Guido van der Garde. Back in the Caterham days. Do we miss them? Probably not. Daniel Apt, he said, when you do a perfect weekend and get a piece of wood, because it was like the trophy literally just looked like a piece of wood with the kind of track layout, which you can buy on our store, WTF1 shop. Go check it out. Before the race actually begun, and this is not particularly chronological, but Verstappen fans were everywhere. There was just orange sea in the grandstands. And then Verstappen fans that weekend after he retired on lap 1, and it's the good old solid Grandpa Simpson walking into a restaurant, I believe it is, putting his hat up, taking his hat, and then just leaving. Because, I mean, I can only imagine, because he actually got taken out at the corner that all of the Verstappen fans were. So Kvyat will need a bodyguard or some kind of protection for probably the rest of the weekend and for the foreseeable future. So a bit about what happened, because, you know, we do that in these videos. Nothing happened for 70 laps, and then it was really good at the end.
And cut.
Kimi Raikkonen was nowhere this weekend, really. Verstappen was out lap 1, Alonso was out lap 1. Kvyat got a penalty for his incident. Quick shout out to Romain Grosjean, who finished P6 in the Haas. The Haas just seemed really quick this weekend, and unfortunately for Magnussen, he just had the worst weekend of his life. The one time the Haas can actually challenge for some solid points-paying positions, he was just nowhere. Williams had a terrible qualifying. They both got knocked out in Q1, but both of them scored points. Fair play to you. Jolyon Palmer beat Nico Hülkenberg. What? Yes, I know. Jolyon Palmer was one place once again away from scoring any World Championship points. So he's still on a big fat 0, unfortunately, but a better weekend for him this time out. Hülkenberg was just kind of nowhere, unfortunately. Must have had some issues with the car if Palmer's beating him. Perez and Ocon just standard 7th and 8th. They didn't have amazing pace this weekend. Haas were a little bit quicker, but 7th for Perez, 8th for our man Ocon. So well done, the Pink Panthers. Hamilton, he started 8th. He managed to get he got up to 6th, then he dropped a place behind the Force India of Perez, then he got back in front. He caught up to Ricciardo right at the end of the race, but unfortunately couldn't get through. It was literally like oh, why do I do stupid faces? Because I know you'll do it. Right at the end of the race, everyone was like, please, can we just keep this race going for another 70 laps, because this is when the race actually started, was right at the end, where the blistering of the tyres meant that there was varying speed differences of the cars. But no, Hamilton couldn't get through on Ricciardo. Vettel was catching Bottas right at the end. Cue the very famous Vettel picture in the rearview mirror. I'll send you the picture, don't worry, Alistair. And Bottas obviously getting caught by Vettel, similar to Russia actually, kind of his tyres wearing. One more lap and I reckon Vettel would have had him. But Bottas won the race. I actually mentioned who won the race this time. Vettel was 2nd, Ricciardo 3rd, Hamilton 4th. It was lacklustre, really. We needed I don't think anyone in the world thought, you know what, I want Austria to be more like Baku. After 2016, where it was the most dull race ever. But last time out of Baku, I want more of that kind of stuff. I want controversy, I want crashes, I just want everything that was in Baku, just every single weekend. But then again, we wouldn't then appreciate the good races, would we? So that is a wrap, ladies and gentlemen, for the Austrian Grand Prix. Internet's best reactions. If you want to feature in the next video, then make sure you use the hashtag WTF1 and also tag us on Twitter or Facebook, which is at WTF1Official, or just WTF1, find us on Facebook, that sort of stuff. And make sure you get involved, because otherwise these videos can't happen without your great banter from these avenues. And if you want to watch another video, click right here. If you want to subscribe, click here. And if you want to visit our wonderful WTF1 shop with shirts which are much larger than the ones I'm wearing, click right here. I'm Matt, we're WTF1. We're out of here.